I've been working on, or I could say we, CEVMA 2023. For me, it's been the registrations, but the conference as a whole, my manager at IMM is the director of the conference. CEVMA stands for Christian European Visual Media Association. So they also do a film festival. So all of the people who do Christian films, they submitted their entries, and the conference is actually next month in September. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that experience and meeting new people, establishing some new relationships, as well as seeing what it's like to be the main and primary registrar for a pretty large conference. All that's weighing on my shoulders. So I thank God for the opportunity. I am definitely utilizing tools and giftings and things that I've learned throughout my life journey on this field. God is not letting anything go to waste, and that's kind of how He works. Another. So let's talk about CEVMA. Let's talk about CEVMA. CEVMA is the Christian European Visual Media Association, CEVMA. And CEVMA is a ministry that of all sorts of media creatives who come together and put on this conference. Number one, they do a film festival where they have many different content creators, many different visual artists, many different movie creators come together and submit their entries, and they win awards. But also, it's a time for media art, Christian media art developers to come together and network, learn from each other, talk about what's working, talk about what's not working, talk about like where they've seen God and what the blessings have been from materials that they've created, to where they're struggling and where they feel like they need God and they're not seeing God, and what other people are doing in order to be able to grow and blossom in those areas. So that's CEVMA in a nutshell, and I've been blessed and asked by my director if I could participate in this ministry by helping with their registration and their website and graphics and photography and all of that. And I just was so happy and blessed by the opportunity to be able to help. We had a conference call yesterday, and I'm just seeing how God is using me and how appreciative they are that I'm here to help. And I'm talking to the directors of the board for this conference. So it's just such a blessing to be able to even be like a little small pea amongst these like monsters in the Christian film industry. And I just am so thankful, and just to be a fly on the wall and to learn and to grow in this capacity. It's just not something. And this is what I want to get emotional now. This is what is so great about God, is that there's things that you could be passionate about and the things that you love, and you're like, I wish I could, or it'd be so great if I could. I mean, because the first college I ever went to was a college for acting. That's the very first college I ever went to, and I was ultimately asked to leave because I was not studying. But the one thing that I did do, and I did do well, is all my acting classes and the performances. All of those, I did those well. but the educational part, I just was not focusing on. And I regretted that a lot throughout my life and my adulthood, that I didn't focus and I didn't apply myself to be the actress that I knew I could be. But I love how God still found a way that even in ministry, that I have been planted into something that is still on the realm of that. And I get to be in front and behind the camera. So it's just amazing how God uses everything from your past, no matter what it is, even the things that you think you failed at. He'll find a way to use it for His glory and you look back at it and you're like, oh my God, how did this happen? There's no way I could have done this. There's no way I could have ever thought that when I flunked out of school, that God would use the little bit that I learned while I was there and find a way for me to use it for him in ministry. It just blows my mind. And CEVMA is an example of something that I did not even know that existed. A Christian European Visual Media Association. Huh? So it's just been such a blessing to be able to help. In September, we'll be traveling to the Netherlands for the conference, which is a 3-day conference, and the film festivals this year. So we'll be watching some videos and going to award shows and seeing winners and learning the works of their art and their ministries and how God worked throughout it. And I'm just so happy, blessed to be a part of CEVMA. I'm happy, blessed to be a part of this ministry. I'm happy, blessed to just sit back and relax and watch God take the wheel in my life. Which brings me into the spiritual gifts that have been revealed to me by God. So stay tuned for that episode of when I go into the spiritual gifts that have been revealed to me, and it's been a lot. So see you next episode. Bye.